The Art of Relationships radio show is copyrighted. No one is to use, in part or full, any portion of the show without express written consent from myself, Greg Dazinski, or The Art of Relationships. Thank you.
Licensed relationship and sex counselor Greg Dazinski, also known as Master G, The Art of Relationships will cover crucial elements in rebuilding emotional and physical intimacy in your romantic relationships. He will also welcome live calls from listeners and help him with these very challenges. Heard of the old repetitive and tiresome tit-for-tat arguments? Greg gets to the root of couples' challenges in a quick, matter-of-fact format, plus applies compassion and humor. Join in discovering how to improve your romantic relationship and your own life. Listen, laugh, and climax to a happier you. Greg is a licensed professional counselor in the state of Michigan, but to some of us, he is simply known as Master G.
Hey everybody, this is, sorry about the delay, little technical, oops. Okay, this is Greg Dazinski, this is Master G, and this is the Art of Relationships radio show. I'm going to have a special guest with me. We're going to get him set up after I'm running a marathon. Going to be talking about healthy and perfect relationships, and going to sort of talk about myths, do's and don'ts, preconceptions, and we're going to throw in sexual myths in there too. I will be back in a minute. Going to play a quick song, and we'll be back with you soon. I need to catch my breath. Okay, I'll be back shortly. Thanks.
This is just another song you'll never hear about a girl I've never met. This is just another lie whispered in your ear so you'll think that I can make it. This is just another ride taken by surprise with no clear end in sight. This is just an empty line you've heard a million times that I've used to make it right. A chance meeting in a parking lot, getting high off of a pointless talk. You remind me of the songs I used to fall asleep to. A perfect vision of the melodies that I would sing to. And I've been using every trick I know to send a message through the radio. This is just a sad attempt, an evening spent at trying to catch your eye. And this is me crying out for attention so you don't just pass me by. This is just a lucid dream I've made to seem like the best parts of life. And this is just an empty hand with spaces for your fingers laced with mine. Excuse me, I think you're the one I'm meant to find in this life, but I've been lost for quite a while. 'Cause you remind me of the songs I used to fall asleep to. A perfect vision of the melodies that I would sing to. And I've been using every trick I know to send a message through the radio. And I've been talking to strangers, trying to find the same kind of thrill that you provide. I'll leave it alone, I'll give it some time. And been down this road before, and it never ends well. It never ends well. I'll find myself at the foot of your door, walking on eggshells with every word that leaves my lips. Oh, 'cause I've been chasing ghosts all day, and leaving endings undefined, and keeping me going so I can say I've given my entire life to using every trick I know to send a message through the radio.
Hey everybody, this is Greg Dazinski, Master G, back with the Art of Relationship show, and that was Just Another Song You'll Never Hear by my buddy Eric from Skyway Traffic. Check him out on YouTube. He's all over the place, over 300,000 hits, and that was as a couple months ago. So hopefully you'll be hearing a lot more, but check him out, Skyway Traffic. And I got my brother from another mother's udder on here. Drew, my man, say hello to everybody.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Oh, you hear that? Sexy, smooth voice. You think he'd be on the Sweat Hotel replacing Keith Sweat or something. What's going on? I've been trying to get this guy in here, oh boy, for a long time. And he came up with the idea for the show this evening, and there was a little bit of technical difficulty, but we should be cool, good to go. I'm going to have the live chat up, too, so if you want to hit me up or hit Drew up with questions, that would be fantastic. I already got people tuned in. So, Drew, say hello, man. Tell me about the topic. We're going to talk about healthy and perfect relationships, and I titled it about healthy and perfect relationship. Oh, shoot, that's a typo. Should be relationship myths, like I am teaching. I always misspell stuff. But healthy and perfect relationship myths undone. And what do you think, Drew, that a lot of myths people go into with relationships in the fantasy land kicking up? We all do it. Men, women, I don't think there's a difference, do you?
I think a lot of myths, just from my perspective, and only my perspective, is that I think a lot of people go on it thinking that just because you love somebody and you care for somebody, that everything is supposed to be great. And it takes a lot of work to build a healthy and perfect relationship.
Absolutely. I think it does take a lot of work. How many men go into relationships, and I get this all the time, and lately, and I know, Drew, you heard me say this in various settings, that, 75, maybe not that high, 65% of the complaints of lack of sex, they go in, they have this idea, right, about sexual relations, and, it's going to be great, whatever. And I've said it on numerous shows. 65% of the complaints, not enough sex, are coming from the women, not the men. And when I mention this a bunch of time, human sexuality class, I always get guys when I mention this, Greg, what's their numbers? I'd like to hear this. But do you think guys go into it? One of the fantasy realm that they go into it, do you think they have the idea of I'm going to get sex every night? And I think Drew knows, maybe this young lady in chat, well, I don't know how young she is, maybe an old hag, but whatever. And we'll see. Drew's always got that radio voice going on, big time. She actually sat in front of you. When you sat towards the front going on. So it might look a little familiar. I don't want to clue everybody in. Clue everybody in.
How you doing,
what's
Kim?
going on and everything, too. So, do you think men go into the relationship aspect, thinking, I'm going to get sex, I'm going to get blowjobs every single day, I'm going to get woken up with them? And do you think that a lot of guys do that? Or maybe do you think they trick themselves into believing this as part of the relationship fantasies and myths go on? And I want to get into the emotional stuff. I think, like you said, Drew, that, relationships can be a lot of work. And maybe get into the myths. How much work is too much?
Well, I do think men probably do go into a relationship thinking they're going to have so much sex throughout the week and all the other things that come with it. However, I believe that's when everything is fun and you're not thinking too much about the relationship. You're just thinking about enjoying yourself, having fun, and it's a healthy new relationship. Trying to get to know each other, and that's the fun part of a relationship. What happens is when you've been there for 2 or 3 months and all the newness is gone. Now what are we gonna do?
And I'm laughing a little bit. I probably shouldn't. I apologize, Drew. Just laughing about the chat that's going on. If you can join me on this, and I agree that women go into this. Also, we got another chatter on here that blaming us. Yeah, men think they should get right. They should get a blowjob every day. Now, women, like I said, women, they think they're going to have sex every day, too. It's not I'm not saying all women, but there are women out there that think that we should have sex every day. And if not, there's something wrong, whatever. And one individual on chat just mentioned that not always, right? What's wrong with that, expecting a blowjob every day, man? I mean, I get it. I'm sympathetic, I'm empathetic, I'm compassionate. If you're sick, you got the flu, you know what? I don't want you near me anyway. So, no, I'm teasing. Oh,
I agree with that.
True, yeah. And one thing, too, on the radio show, I've mentioned this once in a while. The way I conduct the radio show is different than the way I conduct my therapy sessions. A lot of it's the same way. Down to earth, I'm also compassionate, but I'm more of probably a smart ass on the radio show than I am with clients because it's heartbreaking, man. It's emotional, and you got to be there. So I want to disclose that. True. What you've been involved, married for a long time. When you say work, what threw you off from day one as far as your expectations of what a healthy or maybe the perfect relationship that we're going to have?
First of all, I was really young. And I didn't know too much about relationships. I think I was just like pretty much everyone else, that you love someone and you're going to want to do everything for them to make them happy. And then realization sets in. And
what's that? I got to hear that. What realization you think is what's hitting up with you?
Is that you're not used to living with someone. You really don't know you really don't know someone's, I would say, faults or their true being until you actually live with them. Because, and this goes for men and women.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
That when you're dating someone and you're not living with them, pretty much every time you see that young lady, she's going to be at her best. What, women? Why in the hell you flip that script like this?
You come on with fronts all the time.
Exactly.
Why is that, Drew?
I want to come to the door. I want you to come to the door with your hair in rollers. I want to see what I'm going to be working with. Before I put that ring on y'all. So, and then next thing you know, it's a surprise, and that's not the same person. Did you?
No, not at all. So you look at, you get to reality too. And how many people you go in this situation that, then you find out you live with someone, man, you know what? Man, they use a toilet and they stink, man. And you get to reality. But how many, in your preconceptions, I would say, before you got married and all this stuff, and me and, various relationships too, that you go in, and did you ever contemplate that you guys would argue or fight?
Absolutely not. I give you a perfect example. Tell you a little bit about my situation. The first day, I was in the military, and I waited, I guess, 2 months before my spouse came to join me over in Japan. And I was rushing to work. And I think I'm a very clean, tidy person. I'm not looking for a mother. I was looking for a partner. And I was rushing to work, and I left my house shoes in the den. I came home, and my wife had cleaned up the whole house. But my house shoes were still in the den. What she did was she vacuumed around my house shoes, and as I came home, she told me that I'm not your maid, and I know you just left the shoes there.
Damn woman should have picked up your shoes and put them where they belong.
Absolutely. That was one of the reasons why I married him.
See what I mean? If I ever did this and I was real about this, I wouldn't have a business no more.
At that point, though, that's when I knew, man,
you were in trouble. How did you handle it? Now, did you be the man, right? Be the head of household. We know women and African-American families, they mean shit. And did you try to, put her in her place and say, hey, woman, I'm going to have Drew spit out his coffee in a bit and say, hey, you need to pick up after that.
No, you know what I said? I said, oops. Baby, I'm sorry.
Aww.
This would never happen again.
Really? True. You're a man.
And then I let it happen 3 days in a row. And I said, you got one more time not to pick up these shoes.
And you're still married.
Yes. Been picking up my shoes ever since.
Oh.
But it's a lot of work. And I've done some things that I realized that, hey.
We all have. Drew.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did I really expect all of this, at the time? So I would tell people that if I had to do it all over again, I would really research the person that I would marry if I decided to remarry. Because you have to be equally yoked with that partner. And it's you just can't marry somebody just because you love them. You have to marry that person because this is somebody that you really feel in your heart that has your best interest at heart, and it's very easy for you to love them and do things for them in order to make them happy. And if it's not that easy, then maybe it's not the one.
Very wisely put, Drew. I agree, because you could love somebody, and I got a call. Lisa, you've called in before, so I'm going to call you out on the chat. That cracks me up. Lisa, put her in her place? Really? And as Lisa knows, we're being a smart ass. I am too. And no. Boy, if she calls us, I haven't even checked this phone line to see if anyone's called in yet. No. No, we're kidding, Lisa. And no, put her in her place. Yeah, we shouldn't have to. The woman should already know her place. No, I'm teasing, Lisa. Oh, don't frickin' come to my office and frickin' shoot my ass. No, but hold on a sec. Sorry. But you look at the situation. I agree with Drew. Can you hear okay, Drew? Okay, cool. I agree. What Drew was saying, it's a lot of work, and there's, you have a lot of misconceptions, and I think a lot of us, and even when I tell clients in my office, we all go in. It's the same thing with being a parent, being a spouse, a partner, that, you can read every book on being in a great relationship, right? Having a great marriage, talking to people that have been married 50, 60 years, what they did. But, you want those people to be happy and what the tricks are. But the key is, and I think Drew touched on this in the beginning, was you don't really know until you're in it, until you're living it. Because when you're, going through these and your expectations of how a relationship is, and they don't fall into place and they clash with your partners, the trick is, how do you do that? How do you handle that? How do you handle confrontation? And it's hard because when your emotions are involved, that book you read, the people you talked to about having a successful relationship or marriage, all that gets thrown out the window when your emotions are hit. And I love how Drew mentioned about, love. You can love somebody, but that might not be enough. It's very wise. And I tell people, the big thing is, I think a lot of people go into relationships about maybe, okay, what can this person provide me? Ooh. And I always talk about, numerous shows before about, you need to have your needs met. What you need, what you want is huge, right? It's important. They have to be met. However, it's not just your needs and wants being met. It's also your partner. So you got to, be an adult about, being mature about it. And if you meet each other's needs and wants, not in a selfish way, I think you're going to have a huge, huge key, okay? You're going to have a key ingredient to build a healthy, happy relationship. Now, in the title of tonight's show about a perfect relationship, is there a perfect one? No, there isn't. But I'm always keyed in, I'm always promoting trying to obtain a perfect relationship, even though it doesn't maybe exist. Like I mentioned on Facebook today about being, like unicorns and everything. They don't exist. But that doesn't mean you can't go after that. That means you can't work on it, as Drew said.
And that's exactly right, because I look at my relationships now as a sport.
Say what?
As a sport.
A win or lose?
No,
Oh.
I look at it like this, and once again, this is just me. Everybody know in sports, I'm pretty sure everybody know about the Chicago Bulls and the Los Angeles Lakers. And when Michael Jordan was around, he won numerous championships. However, he didn't do it by himself. He had a guy by the name of Scottie Pippen that was his sidekick. Mm-hmm. They respected each other. They both were great. They didn't disrespected each other. But at the end of the day, when the game was on the line, everybody knew who was getting the ball. And that was Michael Jordan. And if Scottie thought he was getting the ball and he didn't, that would mess up the team. And that's just like Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal. They couldn't coexist because they were two leaders and they were two dominant people. One had to go, and Shaquille left, but they still won championships. And I think that's how a marriage should be. It's always, someone has to always be the leader. When it's all said and done, somebody has to have the final say-so. And when it comes to me, I'm going to have the final say-so. And if the person that I'm with don't like that, then they need to move on to another team. Because on this team, I'm getting the ball last. And that's that.
Drew, you know what, man? That sexy voice of you might turn me gay. No. I'm
Oh,
hell
let me
no.
leave
I ain't
it.
ever going to roll that way. And I don't mean any disrespect to the homosexual or lesbian listeners out there at all. As most people know, damn, sorry, Drew. I keep kicking out his headphones. Hopefully I can get him out of the way. You all right, Drew? Okay, sorry, man. I probably should have taped them in. But couple texts. Boy, it's busy tonight. We're trying to pay attention what's going on. Mention a texter, or I should text her. I'll just say texter. It's easier in chat room. Mention that love is not the concept it once was based on. Nowadays, it's a word tossed around. Our society's not really finding the true meaning of it before they marry or have sex. Okay, hold on. Marry, I agree. What does love and sex have anything to do with this, Paul? No, I'm teasing. You mean you have to love someone to have sex with them? Wait a minute. Hey, someone else agreed with you. Hey, no, that's bullshit. No, you do not have to love somebody to have sex with them. But women, right? They always tell us, right? They always tell us men, oh, I love you, just so they get their way and have sex with us men. I think that's a bunch of bullshit, right? Why do women lie to us just to get in our pants? Why is that true?
Absolutely.
Damn.
You know, I'm so sick of people trying to get me just because of my body.
I know. And that voice, man. Damn.
But you know what? I want to like somebody. I don't want to love them. I want to like somebody more than love them. Because I think if I like that person, I'm going to want to do things with them and things of that nature. You can love a dog. But love is just a word, just like, someone was saying that it's just tossed around.
Yeah.
You can love somebody and divorce them, but you still love them.
You know what? I agree, Drew. I think there has to be, and someone mentioned a while ago in the chat room, talking about the concept as far as, the friendship aspect. And I agree the friendship has to be there. It has to be, you can love somebody, whatever. But I think a key ingredient is, with having healthy relationships, is accepting one another. And everybody's heard this. This is nothing new. Acceptance for their faults and their weaknesses. But if their faults and weakness are a huge contradiction of your values or what makes you happy, then you... Oh, shit, I lost my train of thought. Someone mentioned a word about that's called horny on there to my comment. Of course, someone mentions horny and it grabs my attention away. But anyways, you bully. We're all over the place. But anyway, now, I think you have to have the friendship, and I love what Drew mentioned earlier, that you have to be into it and assume. I hate that word, assume. But you want to make sure you're there supportive of each other. And not only does your partner have your best interests, and maybe that of the family as well, but also that you're going to have your partner's best interests. And I talk about with clients in the classroom, on this show over and over again, I'm huge on a partnership and equality and being able to balance each other, right? Like you have the balance. Man says do this and the woman does it. You have the balance. No. I'm going to piss people off. And I'm kidding. Hey, wait. Okay. But because when a female is honest about wanting a booty call, they aren't always believed. You know what? Nah, you're right. That's true. I've known some women that's definitely all they want. With this short, bald, white dude here. Yeah, hell yeah. Women want to use me left and right for my body all over the place. Man, I'm sick of beating off that and being a sex symbol. Damn. But what's this have to do with the topic on the show? Okay, now, booty calls. Oh, God, Paul, quit being a wuss out there. We got to pull your man card out there, right? Hold on. Booty calls are the worst. Really think of it. What if your booty call just was with someone else before you never just got off? Ah, you know what? You don't think about it. It's a booty call. You don't worry about that. Okay, we got to pull your man card. Wait a minute.
Absolutely.
Okay, now, go back to this. Now, in your relationship, everybody has, I think, situations. And I ask couples all the time, what is your expectation? What was your expectation before you got married, before you lived together? And people know I see couples all around the place in my office, meaning, living together, dating, married, whatever. And I ask them, what are your expectations of a happy relationship, healthy relationship, being, happy and healthy, enjoying each other. And it cracks me up. Well, it's sort of sad, but I say it cracks me up when their jaws hit the floor because they have no clue what to say. They don't know how to answer it. Most people, they might go into it, we're not going to argue. We're not going to yell at each other. We're not going to call each other names, right? And, right? Oh, we're going to love each other, whatever. And then you realize they have bad morning breath. And then, what do you do? Drew, I want to hear your thoughts about the expectations.
Bad morning breath?
Yeah.
I don't even know if I can touch on that because I've never woke up with anybody with bad breath. Because bad breath is the worst. You're not even going to get me a blowjob with bad breath.
Oh, well, true. You know what? They don't have to kiss you.
That's all right. I don't want that nowhere near me. Just women, please brush your teeth. Oh,
yeah. You know what?
And matter of fact, set your alarm. If you know I'm getting up at 7 o'clock, set your alarm for 6:50 and go brush your teeth before I wake up.
You know what it is? At least rinse with freaking. I was gonna say Lysol, but that's not with mouthwash. Oh, here we go, Lisa again. Right? You are awesome, right? My expectations is faithfulness, love, support, and listen, ladies. And she put in parentheses in bold text, highlighted, that doesn't mean money. And this is from a woman now. And sex. God, I love her.
I like Lisa. I like Lisa.
You like Lisa?
I like. You know what?
Cool.
And my wife's name is Lisa, so I think my wife.
Oh no.
Because that's definitely not my wife.
No. Oh shit. Because, I won't even go there.
Because she said she got not money parentheses. That's why I know.
Isn't that nice?
That's awesome.
How many people? My expectations is faithfulness, love, support, and sex. I love it coming from a woman too, because that is very cool. And there's a lot of guys have the same expectations, big time. Hey, Pa, I'm Ted. What are your expectations, Greg? None of your fucking business. How do you like that? This ain't about me. It's about about everybody else out there. My expectations, Pa, I'm going to tell you, right? Usually a one-way street, though. Oh, Sherry, I usually don't call names out, but everyone else can see your names anyway. So, usually a one-way street. Sherry, I agree with that concept, where you come from that. But I think you look at, the expectations of a relationship are, men have them, women have them. And as you know, and I know Lisa, she's called into the show a few times and stuff, and very active, and I appreciate her input. You look at, I think one person doesn't get their needs met, be it the man or the woman, then the other one more or less says, screw that. I'm not important, and you withdraw, right? You get pissed off or you withdraw, and you start forgetting what your partner needs to feel loved, important, cherished, desired, valued, all those aspects. And then what happens, maybe you don't forget, but it's like, screw you. What am I getting? And why should I be nice and kiss your butt? Wait a minute. That could be hot. But anyways, you look at, I'm not getting this, so why am I going to return or reciprocate? And so it turns into, it looks like a one-way street, but you look at, Sherry, why am I not getting, maybe feeling important, loved, cherished, respected? Why am I not getting this? And I'm not saying you would do anything wrong, but you need to look at those aspects. What am I doing to cause my partner maybe to react? And this is taking responsibility. And if you're doing everything and they still don't, maybe you need to kick him to the curb if he doesn't want to work on it and doesn't want to try to meet your needs. I agree. It can't be all about one of you all the time. And it's going to be hit or miss. Sometimes everyone says 50-50. One time it's going to be all about your partner. Then maybe another time it's going to be all about you. I did. LOL. Paul, isn't that cool how I just sort of sidestepped your question?
But you know what, Greg?
Yeah.
I think a lot, too, that we as men have to understand that women are very emotional. And
I am too, big boy.
Excuse me? You said you're
emotional?
I
said I am, too.
But what happens is that we still have to we have to help women out when it comes to a lot of things, because if your woman is a stay-at-home mother and you working outside the house, it's a hard job. It's a very hard job.
Raising kids.
And raising
It's
kids
huge.
And doing everything. So it's some relationships that women do not feel that, I guess they got so much on their mind. The money problems, all types of things. And at that point, when they're sitting here trying to make things work, it's hard for them to think about sex. Because you still got to be happy. You still got to feel good about yourself. And that man needs to continue to make that woman feel good about herself.
Absolutely.
Now, us men, I don't think we need it as much. But you still got to make your woman feel like she's the most important thing out there.
Absolutely. I think you both do. Drew, I agree with you. You got to make your lady feel respected and feel important. Understand, taking the kids, taking care of kids. Oh my God, if you have, two kids and say you have a 2-year-old and 3-year-old and you're taking care of them all day long, I wouldn't want to do it. It's a lot of work and it's stress, whatever. And you come down, she might take care of the kids. That in itself is a pain in the butt. Not to mention maybe cook, clean, do your laundry, watch your soap operas. Oh, wait, shit, that just threw. No. But it is, in all seriousness, it is a lot of work. And you need to appreciate that. You need to appreciate her and what you were saying, Drew. I agree. You need to make her feel important, make her feel desired, and be grateful for her.
And make her feel that what she's doing is important. Because when you get off the job at 5 o'clock and come home, most kids probably don't go to bed until 9 o'clock.
Right.
And so she's working probably till 9, helping with homework.
Absolutely.
Cleaning the dishes. So where you get off at 5, she probably don't get off till 9 or 10. And then you expect her to be well rested and
ready
feed your
to go.
needs and things of that nature. So, if you, as you come home, help her out a little bit, see what you can do to make things better for her. And hopefully, in the end, she'll reciprocate by swinging down a pole, wearing some high heels, and doing a little lap dance for you.
Ooh. And burying her face in our lap. Anyways, no. It's reciprocated. We need to bury our face in their laps, too. Okay. But, oh, wait a minute. I love this. Wifely duties. Work, clean, cook, take care of kids. Morning BJ husband duties. Work, outdoor work. Cut grass, take out trash. Help take care of kids. Night sex. What about oral sex to ladies? You don't want to neglect them, right? Men and women, okay, Sherry, men and women take each other for granted way too much. You know what? I agree, Sherry. And I think a part of this and this is part of the expectations, and we talk about, and I talk about in, the human sexuality classes with clients, that you get into a certain groove and you look back, and I'll take clients back in couples I work with and take them back when you... Oh, shit, that was funny. Oh, you married LOL. That was funny as hell. But I take them back to the beginning, and you look at, were you guys happy? Yeah. Did you feel in love? Yeah. Did you feel important and valued? And to say, oh, yeah, we had sex all the time. So what happened, right? What happened? And I think part of this, what Sherry mentioned, is very true, that we take each other for granted. We stop doing the things. Maybe we stop the compliments. We start... It's simple, the thank yous. You know what? You're welcome. We stop being nice and courteous. We stop the important aspects to make each other feel important. And it's not just the men do this. Women do it too. It's both. And Sherry, you hit on a very crucial element, that the expectations going into it and designing, if you want to call it a perfect relationship or marriage, is never ever let go of making your partner feel important and taken for granted, and don't ever, stop making them feel appreciated. And Drew touched on that very much. Now, if they're not doing shit, I got to throw this out there. If they're not doing shit, they don't deserve to be made feel appreciated. I'll throw that out there too. And how many people, and I'm not gender biased, I'm a smart ass, and everyone at the college I teach at thinks I hate women. Not at all. But I look at, it's both genders. And you look at, oh God, now I'm getting too caught up with chat, I gotta look away. But you look at, if you center on making each other feel appreciated and important, it is going to go a long way. Go back to the foundations and you look at the expectations, right? Things that came naturally to you, and why do you stop doing it? As Drew said, you get to know somebody when you live with them, right? Oh, my God, right? They go to the bathroom. It stinks, too. You know what? They wake up with bad breath, we talked about. They might leave stuff around. And don't get me this, ladies. Women, you leave shit out, too. And you also might borrow stuff from your man and not put it back. What's up with that? Anyways, okay. What? Spouse, partner first, kids second, friends last. Paul, you know what? You must have been paying attention in class when I also said, you stealing my shit. Okay, when I say, yeah, the spouse or partner, right, doesn't matter if you're married or not, that needs to come first before the kids, everything else. You have to maintain that. And I also mentioned step-family dynamics. It's a different twist to the spouses or partners come first, usually the kids, but that's for a totally another show. I agree. You need to come first, and you got to make sure how to help each other. And it really sucks when maybe the expectations you have from your partner is not clued in, or they don't care about those expectations. Drew, chime in with that sweet voice.
That's that like and love thing again. I think if you like someone, you're willing to do more for them. Do things with them. It's just a lot of relationships out here that you hear both partners saying they love each other,
right?
But you never seen them doing anything together.
You know what? I hate that. I get that.
Right.
I get that. Drew, that's a huge.
So you have
point.
to like that partner in order to do things with them. And I think sometimes we put too much emphasis on sex. Let me explain myself.
Yeah, I was getting ready to kick Drew's ass right out of here.
You can meet someone and they can have great sex. However, trust me, that is not going to keep the marriage alive. Agree. It's not going to make it strong. I was a very shallow person and thought that a woman has to have a body like this. She has to be the most beautiful person in the world. Don't get it twisted now. She still got to have a nice body. But she doesn't have to be the most beautiful person in the world. Just the most beautiful person in the state. Attractive goes a long ways. But right now, as you get older, it's not even all about that. It's all about if this person is making you happy and you want to make her happy. And if you guys just, what am I looking for? That you guys got your best interest at heart.
That's
and
huge.
If you could feel that way, then I think a relationship can happen.
That's a big thing. I think the number one aspect I see with couples and everything I see. Lisa, what the heck did you write? I like GDO. What the heck? Is that Chinese?
She must be getting hit right
now. You might have to ask her. I don't know. I don't think anyone heard that.
Women say. That's normally what women say when I'm giving them a head.
I'm gonna have Drew back as a regular after this. You boy. But I agree with the expectations, and being the friends is huge. You got to have the friendship, and like Drew said, the like aspect. You actually got to like them as a person, and I think that's crucial. But someone, I think Kim mentioned a while back in chat, you have to have friendship and everything. I agree, and I also mentioned on chat towards the beginning of the show too. What happens? You have the friendship, but you don't have the chemistry to go along with it. Then what do? I think you need both. Okay. What? Oh, Drew, you're doing it wrong then. Should be your name on her tongue.
No, Kim, what the thing is, that's for amateurs. That's old school. When you do it better than that, they can't even say your name. They got to say something.
You're right.
So keep that in mind.
They're occupied, man. So, they shouldn't be able to talk or speak.
Exactly. So
Humming,
you're with,
different.
Whoever you're with, Kim, if he's still just saying your name or you're just saying his name when he's giving you head, he ain't giving you good head.
Drew, my man, you're absolutely right. Are you awake, Drew? Sherry out there. Damn. I don't even know where to go with that, and I'm usually not speechless that often. And it's funny because all the shows I get asked from, whatever clients that listen in, students, friends, people, whatever, all over the place. They ask me, Greg, do you go by a script? And I start laughing. I say, hell no, I can't go by a script. I get lost. I would get lost. Oh, now we're getting into a comedy routine. Kim, never had a real man, Drew. You shouldn't show her. Uh-oh. Ooh, little sexual chocolate from Drew, man. God, that was a movie. Where was that from? Coming to America or something?
Sexual chocolate.
Yeah. But you look at the aspects, and expectations are huge. Now, if you're bashing your partner, you're not getting your needs met, or maybe getting ticked off, feeling disrespected, one key element is don't assume your partner knows they're doing it. They might not be doing it on purpose. They might not have a clue. See, you have to communicate. You have to look at what the expectations. Are you communicating them? Are you telling them, you know what? This is what I thought we would do. This is what I thought we would be like. You need to be clear. You need to put them out, and don't assume that your partner can read your mind. Huh? Oh, now it's turning into a porno chat. Great. Now, someone just, I don't even know if you can on this. Can you throw up videos of that now? We got a porno chat going on. Hilarious. I love bringing out the sluts and all of us on our show. We're not even supposed to be talking about that much sex today. Well, we did talk about having sex every day, 3 times a day.
It always goes back to sex.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
Goes back
We
to
talked
sex.
about that before. Woo, Kim. Anyways, got me off plenty. Thank you much.
Yeah, I got to say woo to that.
Woo. You know what, Kim? Me, being a relationship and sex specialist, you know what? What would you rather have happen? Get off plenty of times? Or do you want to get off once or twice and have that last for 20 minutes, 30 minutes? Make your toes curl. Make your eyes roll back in your head. Make your frickin' ass cheeks just shudder and tense up. Would you want that? Or do you want to just, okay. Little mosquito bites. We have learned when we talk to say this, what I've heard you say is that what you meant because sometimes you can misinterpret things. Yes, absolutely, Lisa. I think that's right. Holy cow, is she drunk? No. No.
We still ain't get clarification of that other.
Say what?
We still ain't getting clarification of that other.
Oh, the other text. Lisa, what the heck did you text a while ago? You put something about GD, and then it almost looks like maybe you were having an orgasm when typing at the same time because it didn't make sense at all. I have no idea what that was going about. Okay. I agree. We misinterpret things, and that's why you have to be very, very clear. Because a lot of women assume guys should... What? Oh, God. No, it's not all about sex. I agree, Sherry.
With you is not, since you ain't been in a relationship for 2 years.
Yeah.
Hey,
I've been divorced 8 years.
Sherry.
Haven't dated in 2 years. Not always about sex. No kidding. Why have you not dated in 2 years? You know what? That was my hip. My phone was in the waist. Wait a minute. Is it on the waist or in the waist? We got to clarify this, Lisa. Oh, God. We're getting all hot now. Anyways. I want one that lasts forever. One rolls right into the next. See? That's exactly what I'm talking about. Besides your childish, multiple orgasmic quick releases. I'm talking about the one that lasts freaking forever. Right? My yoga pants. Oh, shit. Anyways, Drew's getting I got to get him a bib now. He's drooling all over the place. You look at, the entities, and I want to get back to Sherry's question a while back about defining a real man. But I agree, the expectations are huge, and what you want, that tends to bust up, and that becomes a huge myth that comes into play about having a perfect relationship. When you start assuming that each other reads each other's minds and that your expectations are always going to be met, even though your partner has no clue what they are. You have to clue each other in to what your expectations are, and then you go from there, okay? And I want to go back to Sherry's, and I want to come back, and we only got a couple more minutes left, about something on Facebook, and I got some religious aspects about no sacrificing. You don't want to sacrifice your major aspects in a relationship, and you don't want to sell yourself out. Many people have heard me mention that numerous times. I'm going to touch on that. Drew, you want to handle, what's your definition of a real man?
Oh, I'm going to tell you, my definition of a real man is, number one, that if you got a family, you take care of home first. First is number one. You take care of your children. You take care of your family so they won't have to feel stressed. You do the things that's necessary to make your family feel appreciated and be that man that you know that any woman would love to have. And if you can't do that, then don't get in a relationship.
Do you think that does a real man have a dollar amount tagged to him?
No, a real man could be broke. But as long as he out there trying to find a job or he hustling for some money and he's still taking care of his family. Because I know some men who do not have a lot of money.
Yeah.
But
they're great men.
They get the bills paid and they take care of home and everybody feel loved. And that's the one thing I feel. You don't have to have money and everything. Is how much love you have for the family.
I agree, Drew, big time. I mean, even myself, I'm broke ass.
As long as you got enough money to buy your wife some yoga pants.
Oh, yeah. Woo! Get those yoga pants. Okay. Now, Lisa, there is no one definition of a real man. It is what works for you, personally as a woman. I agree, Lisa. There is a huge, huge misconception, what a real man is, what a real woman is, and I agree. I get rid of, and I know, Lisa, you listen to the show quite a few, all the time, and I appreciate that. But you look at, the definitions, I get rid of stereotypes, as you know. All men are different. You can have 100 men lined up, 100 women lined up. They're all going to be different. They might have different needs, different wants. Yeah, you're going to have women that are gold diggers. They want their first definition of a real man, he's got to make at least 6 figures, right? Or a woman, right? A woman has to have double D. They're too big for me, but Drew might like them.
It all depends. You gotta have double D's and a nice booty too. But
yeah, oh yeah,
that's another show.
No, oh yeah, that would be another show. But we have these. Everybody's different, and you have to identify what it is that you want as a woman. What your definition of a real man is. Not what your mom, grandmother, friends, aunts, co-workers, what they define a real man to be. This is about you. And guys listening out there too, you have to go by what your definition is, right? You got to go by what makes you happy and how you emotionally support each other, how you give each other oral on a daily basis. And you look at, you got to go by your own definition, okay? Now, the money thing too, right? Money can come and go, but the love and the support for each other. Do you want somebody, and Drew touched on this, do you want somebody that, if the money goes, so do they? And do you want somebody, and that's talking about, Drew mentioned at the beginning of the show eloquently about having that you have each other's back, and they want what is best for you, your best interests first. And of course, you put their best interests first. And if it's all about the money, man, oh boy, good luck to you. I've never depended on a man to take care of me, period. And then she put LOL. Does that mean you're lying? That's why you haven't dated in a couple years, right?
Can I say something about Sherry?
Sherry, go right ahead.
I know, Sherry, you said you haven't dated for 2 years. I'm just curious on why. Is it that 8-year relationship that you were in, did it just mess it up for all men, or you don't trust men anymore, or you just don't have the time, or you just don't want to deal with men at this time? You just concentrating on yourself. Just before we leave here, can you touch on that for us?
Great question, Drew. And I touched on this on actually a couple shows ago about bad ex relationships ruining love for you because of fear or being in abusive situations and all that. What? They all eventually fuck you over. You mean over the bed? Over the tabletop? What do you mean? They all eventually fuck you over. We could all say that, that women are all gold diggers. Sorry. Ooh,
No,
maybe,
really
Sherry,
feels.
here we go.
Sherry, we need to talk.
No, they don't all fuck you over. And we could say that about women, but I don't. There are guys out there, I agree, Sherry, that they do, fuck women over. I get all that. And you look at, we have some bitterness going on. And we have women that do that to men. And my question is, and I'm not being a smart ass here. I'm being serious and actually being professional on the radio for once. But I want to know, what draws you? I'm not blaming you, but I want you to look at yourself. What draws you into guys that fuck you over all the time? It's almost not, I'm not talking about you specifically, Sherry, but I want you to look at what have you done, or why are you always drawn into guys that maybe fuck you over? And I also want to look at, I ask this question when I work with, women that have been abused, in abusive relationships, emotionally, verbally, physically. They get beat once a week, whatever. And it's very difficult. And they go from one abusive, and I hear they weren't just their current abusive relationship. They were with one before that. And I look at, what is going on, right? And I agree. There are women that treat men like shit and fuck men over big time. And I'm working, Sherry, with, probably 3 or 4 individual guys now that this has happened. Of course, there's always 2 or 3 sides to every story. But you look at the situation and what are you causing? Why are you getting in those situations? And I want you to address that and look at yourself to say, do you need more confidence or do you just keep putting up with shit? Does your gut instinct tell you that, this guy's going to hurt me, fuck me over, as you said, and all this stuff? My gut's telling me this, but you're not listening to your gut instinct. Switch the game once they got you. That sounds like a woman, Kim. Are you a lesbian? That's okay. Yeah, now you come back, Kim, and kiss my ass and say, I will say females do the same. I agree. I agree, and it doesn't matter if you're a lesbian or not. I love all people. Black, white, Hispanic, gay, lesbian. I just don't. I'm prejudiced against assholes and bitches.
So basically, you're not 50 Shades of Grey. You just 50 Shades.
50 Shades, yeah.
Just
50 Shades of Greg.
50 Shades of Greg.
Okay. Well, we should probably tune out. And I have. Oh God! Now she's throwing out her sex life all over the place. Sometimes she is a lesbian. Ew, boy. History does seem... Oh, my God, we could talk all night. History seems to repeat itself. I agree, but why is that? It doesn't always have to repeat itself. And I know from a historical standpoint, Sherry, yes. The wars, we can get all into that. One strong country becomes weak after a few hundred years. I get that. But what are you doing so history doesn't repeat itself with you? Okay? What are you doing to stop that? The bad shit happening to you. Okay? Holy crap. We're going to have, if Drew wants to come back, I'd love to have him back. And we might have to give in. I don't give a shit, but don't take any. Right. Because you take shit, it's going to be stinky and messy. Oh, God. Look at us, 9:04, and I'm supposed to be off the air already. Oh, God. Drew, you are welcome back anytime you want. And that'd be cool. We need to maybe follow this up and try to get at, we talked about, heck, I don't even know what the hell we talked about tonight. About, expectations, what are they, and are you clarifying those to your partner, before you get married, before whatever, after you had sex a bunch of times, are you then clarifying your expectations, what you want, and everything else, okay? What? I've tried several different kind of places and still got screwed. What? Kim, are you saying you got screwed in a lot of kind of different places? Drew thinks that too. Woo! Okay. Now, are we talking body places, or are we talking like the couch, furniture, front porch, hood of the car, front yard, the neighbor's porch? Well, I'm confused. Oh my God. I gotta pee. Anyways, how professional. Like I said, especially tonight, I try to be helpful. Greg, you're not reading my comments. That's where you get screwed up. Pa, you know what? I can't because they're like a book. Okay, when you go out to the bar to find someone to date, why are you going to the bar? They are going to be the ones who are not dependable. Look at a place of school, an art exhibit, different areas. Pa, I'm going to ask you something. For real? Or are you just telling the ladies in the chat room what they want to hear?
Look, you might not want to go to schools all the time, too. You can't. I know a lot of teachers, they bad news.
Ooh.
Real bad news.
Yeah. They are bad news, Pa.
And Pa, when the last time you've been at an art exhibit?
And I know where you go to school, and believe me, there ain't a lot. Keep a good stash of batteries.
So
hey,
Sherry,
she did say she didn't date in 2 years.
So Sherry, you do have a relationship.
Yeah, she does. The Energizer Bunny.
It is Easter.
Oh God, I don't want to go tonight. Anyways, you guys are fun. Where the hell were you guys before? And how can I be professional, try to help people out there with all this funny shit going on? Hell yeah, that's funny. I appreciate your sense of humor, Sherry. Well, some of it. No, Greg, I have a good sense. Actually, Drew, more than you think. Just not to view for work for the company or something. What? Do you get that, Drew? Okay, Paul, we're playing with you. Yeah, I agree. And I'm in. You asked me a question a long time ago, which I never answered. How smooth is that? I didn't forget. I just refused to answer it. But I'll answer it, and then we'll kick it off. But I agree. I'm into a lot of people know me, and I talk about stuff too. I'm in animal zoos. I love art. Could be music, theater, working out. Well, actually, I hate working out, but I like the results. I'm gonna be honest. I could go for a walk, wine tasting. I'm into a lot of stuff. I love R&B, soul music. I love it. I love dancing to old school hip hop. What? To run wires or do a few things IT related. I get that. I know that, Pa. You're good at computers and IT shit. What's that have to do with? You got a relationship with computers? No. But about me, what I got to go way back, and you asked me a question, what the heck do I look for? Where is it? That's Lisa's drunk script. As if I thought I went to the bottom. Maybe I did. Oh, you know what? You might be right. Paul, you might have to hit me up with that again. Oh, it's loading more. There we go. Okay. My bad. Sorry about the pause. So, key ingredients while we try to find this. You need. Oh, wait. Here it is. Okay, what are your expectations, Greg, about a relationship? And I'm gonna give you mine. Right. I want something, and a lot of stuff you see on Facebook is not only about me professionally. It's there's a key for the bathroom. It's about me. I post a lot of stuff that I firmly believe in a relationship for me. Like I said, being a licensed professional counselor and relationship and sex specialist, I like to practice what I preach, and I want in a relationship what I preach, okay, to those still listening out there. Okay, this is, in a nutshell, and a lot of people might think I'm nuts and everything else, but I look for honesty. I look for someone that has integrity, right? And integrity that she says what she's going to do, okay? I think most people that she says she's going to do something, she's going to do it. And of course, there's got to be physical attraction, right? I'm shallow, just like other women and men out there too. I need to be attracted to them physically, but I also want to be attracted to them emotionally and intellectually. I want to be able to talk to them, not argue and rant and rave and act like a childish teenager. We all lose it. We're all human. I want someone, like Drew says too, that has my best interests, and it's not always about them. Life isn't about them. It's about both of us. And of course, I want to have good sex, not just good physical sex, but the emotional connection, the eye-to-eye contact, the emotion where you can feel each other's souls. I want the best friend, and I'm trying to describe a perfect relationship. I know that, but when we have issues, we can talk about them, not take things so personally all the time, that we can learn from each other. You know what? If we piss each other off, we get at the foundations. Yeah, I want the physical chemistry too. I want to be able to have the mutual respect for one another. That's what I want, man. That's what I promote to everybody, to the couples I help on Facebook, whatever. I want the same things that I put on Facebook. No different. I'm real. There's no secrets to me. I'm real. I'm genuine. And, that you basically what I post, it's not only professional insights. It's a lot about what I think and believe in that makes happy relationships for most people, not all. Okay? Oh, Sherry, I think it's time I find a damn date. What, you going to switch from Energizer to Duracell? No, sorry, Sherry. Okay, but Pa, hopefully that answered your question. I want someone that, creates equally and everything else, okay? I want that connection and that we get each other, share similar interests. So, a little bit of personal disclosure there. I want to feel, oh God, no, this is getting too much about me. I want to feel when they hold me, kiss me, that I feel electrified, right? Not all the time, but we're going to say more times than not. Again, it's not perfection. It's about how you work together as a team to possibly maybe reach for perfection, or that you never stop striving for it. Does that make sense, people? Paul, you asked. Now you had me blabbering. Okay, Drew, you want to say some closing thoughts? Then we'll get out of here.
No, I really enjoyed myself. I'm looking forward to coming back here at some point in the summer. And I enjoy conversing with everyone on the, I'm going to consider chat room. And I really want to say kudos to Sherry. Don't think that all men are bad, because they're not.
Or not. You got two good dudes right here, to be honest with you.
And unfortunately, you
Ebony
just
and
happen to
Ivory.
And unfortunately, you just happen to meet the wrong man. But trust me, it gets better. And Paul, keep working on those computers and leave those cords alone. And Kim, I don't know what to say about you. Just continue having sex in all the different places.
Lisa, many props. Yeah.
Many props. And
those yoga
keep
pants.
wearing them yoga pants.
Lisa, I always appreciate all your insights and questions on the chat room when I'm on live and on Facebook too. I definitely appreciate, everybody's support. Like I said, I repeat myself a lot, but I mean this from the heart. This show, and the work I do, it's my passion to help others out there, okay? It's my passion to try to help people enjoy their life more, have happier, deeper, connected relationships on emotional and physical levels. And the show, the Art of Relationships radio show, the work I do, it's for you guys and ladies. I don't want to be gender biased. It's for you people out there. That's why I do this. And tonight, had a lot of fun. Not that professional, but it was a lot of fun. Thank you, everybody that joined in on the chat and listening in. I appreciate it very much. And as always, people, one more. I want to give a shout out. It's been a while since we had technical difficulties. Make sure you check out Skyway Traffic on YouTube. You can check a lot of his own work, musical talent. He writes and plays and vocals, and also he does a lot of cover stuff too of other puppos. Oh my God, I'm tired. People's work. But again, you know what? The Art of Relationship is for everybody. You know what, Drew? I forgot to give out the number. That's why we didn't have callers. Oh, shit. What a dumbass. I just thought about that. Why don't we have callers? And probably Lisa would have called, and I forgot to give it out in the hustle and bustle. Oops. I'll give it out on Wednesday's show. Oh, boy. See, I'm human. I'm a man. I can admit I'm human, and I fuck up sometimes. A lot of times. But much love to everybody out there again. Very much. Thank you for the support, and special thanks to Drew, my man, for joining me. It was awesome. I appreciate you being in here, man. Very much so.
I appreciate it, too. Great.
Thanks. Take care. Much love, everybody. Be safe.
Licensed relationship and sex counselor Greg Dazinski, also known as Master G, the Art of Relationships will cover crucial elements in rebuilding emotional and physical intimacy in your romantic relationships. He will also welcome live calls from listeners and help him with these very challenges. Heard of the old repetitive and tiresome tit-for-tat arguments? Greg gets to the root of couples' challenges in a quick, matter-of-fact format, plus applies compassion and humor. Join in discovering how to improve your romantic relationship and your own life. Listen, laugh, and climax to a happier you. Greg is a licensed professional counselor in the state of Michigan, but to some of us, he is simply known as Master G.